Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yo, that's so angry, guys.
Nope.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Ooh. Oh man, why did I do that? What's up, everybody? Good morning, DCTV fam. It is September 28th, 2022. It is 9:02 a.m. and we're looking at futures right now that are kind of all over the place. We got S&P that's up around 10 points, no big deal there. The Dow's up 139. We'll see how long that lasts. The Nasdaq is actually red, down 8 points. We're looking at Bitcoin right now that is down 1,200 points. It's down 6%. We just got done talking yesterday. It was up 6%. What the fuck is going on? We'll get into that as well as so many other things. We're looking at the 10-year, and it's creeping up on 4%. Mortgage rates at 7% yesterday. Unbelievable. We have so many things going on. We're going to be talking about Hugh Jackman today. What? We're also going to be talking about the Do Kwon saga is still upon us. And then we're also talking about the Nord Stream pipeline, how that's going to impact a lot of other things. Plus, there's some regulatory issues revolving around cryptocurrency that TAMP has already gone the fuck off on. We're going to be talking about before we do, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And check out that motherfucking Discord. The link is in the chat right now. It's pinned in there. Absolutely. This is me. I have had no coffee.
Yeah, and you're like cussing like crazy. What is going on, man? You all right?
Maybe I'm just low on sleep.
You're using Hump Wednesday as a ramp.
That's something.
Yeah.
But
we're with you, Lord Fenrir. Nothing seems crazy anymore.
Bro.
Having.
Listen, he could not be more nail on the head with that comment.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you some good examples today of the WTF of the week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I like that.
Yeah.
We need to keep that.
Damn, you're good.
It should be WTF of the day because there's plenty of that happens every day.
Yeah.
Every damn day.
Oh, I like that.
Let me write that down. WTF of the day.
Hold on, timestamp.
But yeah, we did put a poll in the chat as far as who fucked up the Nord Stream pipeline. We'll get into that in just a second. But 70% of you guys are still in the Russia camp. There's 30% that say the U.S. of A. Would anything surprise you if that was the case?
No. But they always blame the Germans. I can't believe
the Germans. Anybody remember that video from way back in the day? Remember E-Bombs World?
Yes. Hell yes.
Like
so many dead bodies on E-Bombs World.
Yeah. Like the end of the world skit. That was like one of my favorite skits on E-Bombs.
There's so many quotable
moments. That is
E-Bombs World was what every parent worried about when their child started surfing the internet in the early days.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. You're watching. Yeah. Lots of gore on E-Bombs.
Yeah. And then there was like some sort of skit on the actual word fuck, how many ways you can use it. And there was probably said about 60,000 times in about 4 minutes.
And it made sense. That's a scary part.
Yeah, exactly.
You can use it as a verb. You can use it as an adjective.
Yep.
Like my Chilean friends, and you Chileans will understand. Everyone else.
What? Yeah.
But it's a term that they use.
Come on. Oh wait, where's the crickets on that one? No, not that. That's
no. There will be Chileans on the stream watching this later.
Yeah, but not on this. Not here within our little circle. Nobody fucking got that. All right. So, oh yes, Indo Crypto. Thank you. Fucking kangaroos.
Yes, and E-Bombs World did the that's what it was. The end of the world skit. That's what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
English was like hello as they were playing some weird ass game.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to play that for people who might not have seen it. That is still applicable today. It's like
you can do that. You know, we're just gonna do it. Fuck it.
It is it's an end of the world animated skit, and it is stereotyped by country, and it is amazing.
It's still applicable. That's the best
It is
part.
perfect. We absolutely need to play it. It's what, like 2 minutes long?
Yeah, not even.
There it is.
Cheerio. The
Incoming.
English guys are great.
You know what the best
Yeah,
part about
les
it?
sai. France is over here like les sai.
But I'm retired.
Yeah, les tired. We need to do it.
All right, hold on. There we go.
While they're looking for this, everybody in Florida and the path of storm are definitely in our thoughts
yes.
and prayers.
Yes,
No doubt.
absolutely.
No
Definitely
doubt.
woke up to a monster this morning, almost Cat 5.
As we play the end of the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. T's and P's.
Man, pause it. There's no volume.
We can't hear it.
Bro, you can't hear it.
Can't hear it?
No.
No. Pause it.
Yeah.
You gotta pause it.
No way. I don't know how to get the audio there then.
On the share, did it have an option?
False start.
Damn.
No.
Throw the flag. Yeah. Oh yeah, Alan's actually in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, either
Stay
way.
safe, Alan.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's Alan. I'm wondering if that's my brother.
Oh no. Alan's way too redneck for that.
You haven't.
You hear that
gotta
now?
have that work. We gotta play that for people
Can-
who've
can-
never seen the end of the world.
I know. Can you hear it now? Nobody can hear it.
No,
It was
hear it.
been playing the whole time.
Shit.
I don't know. It's
All right,
it's
guys.
showing up on the soundboard, so I don't know. Weird.
All right.
Damn.
Well, hell.
Well- Go look it up.
No, put it in the private chat and I'll try to share it. Everything I share works.
I love you, Tim. The
Jesus
growing
Christ.
man. Here we go.
No, seriously, try it. I'm not kidding. And if it works, this is
I'm
going to
doing
be
it right now. It's going in.
amazing.
Share the screen.
Amazing.
We're ready.
Hold on. Ryan Reynolds is talking about Mint Mobile. Let me get past that.
See, this
on.
is why you need premium. Don't have to worry about that bullshit.
Let me share my screen with you, suckers.
All right, share it.
Come on.
Hold on. Everybody just chill out. Into the world.
You know how embarrassing this is going to be if this doesn't fucking work for you?
Yeah.
All right. You guys, let me know.
Nope.
Can't
Okay.
hear a fucking thing.
Here's the Earth.
There it is.
Chilling. Damn, that is a sweet Earth, you might say. Wrong. All right. Ruling out the ice caps melting, meteors becoming crashed into us, the ozone layer leaving, and the sun exploding, we're definitely going to blow ourselves up. Okay. So basically, we've got China, France, India, Israel, Pakistan, Russia, the UK, and us with nukes. We've got about 2,600 more than anybody else. Whatever. Anyway, one day we decide those Chinese sons of a bitches are going down. So we launch a nuke at China. While it's on its way, China's like, shit, who the fuck is shooting us? Oh well, fire missiles. Then France is like, shit, guys, we got the missiles are coming. Fire our shit. But then let's have, well, have a nap. Then fire the missiles. Meanwhile, Australia is down there like, WCF, mate. India, Israel, and Pakistan launched their shit, so now we got missiles flying everywhere, passing each other. Russia's like, motherland! Then England's like, about that time, chaps? Righto. So now the US is like, fuck, we're dumbasses. Canada's like, what's going on, eh? Australia's still like, WTF. Mars is laughing at us, and some huge meteor's like, well, fuck that. So now we've got nuclear winter. Everyone's dead except Australia, and they're still like, WTF. But they'll be dead soon. Fucking kangaroos. But assuming we don't blow ourselves up, us Californians just have to worry about California breaking off from the United States to go hang with Hawaii. Alaska can come too. The end.
Alaska can come to.
It's amazing. Amazing.
That's
I love
that's
it.
hilarious.
He even said China and it has the Japanese flag. I'm like, bro, and you're an Asian speaking this. What the hell?
so. It's so funny. Peter said it's funny how we never hear about the ozone layer anymore.
Oh yeah. I guess that's not part of the climate crisis. You know, yeah,
You don't
it's just
talk
other
about it.
things now. It's
Remember all the
Bitcoin now.
holes that were in it?
Bitcoin
So,
is the worst thing.
After playing that video, YouTube, I'm sure, will cancel us.
We'll talk about the ozone hole again when the 80s hairstyles come back in.
And it can't stay up.
Yeah.
Because it's burning.
All right, so coming up, we're going to be talking about Do Kwon. We're going to be talking about the 5 altcoins you should take a look at, but they're really 4. We're going to explain that in a minute as well. The Russia-Ukraine situation and all that good stuff. Okay, but we have something more important to talk about, all right? Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine.
Who the
Wolverine?
Wolverine?
Who the fuck's Wolverine?
Dude, our
What?
boy is on one.
Wolverine.
He's Wolverine.
That's what I said, Wolverine.
No, you said Wolverine.
I'm timestamping.
Timestamp.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's because I'm Maryland. Listen, in Maryland, O's are O's.
Oh, really?
Yes, Horn.
Shit.
We got to go home and do some dishes in the zinc, Horn. That's how we say it.
Okay. Ah,
So
yes.
I apologize for my fucked up accent. But it's Wolverine.
But your crab cake.
Hugh Jackman is back as well. Yes, crab cakes. Yeah, I saw crab cakes for sale at the Shop and Save up here, and I was like, nah, gonna pass on them.
Actually,
I don't
those are
know.
fucking fantastic.
I bet they
Best
are.
in the
Greg would
area.
know. Greg would know.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
that
best.
Shop and Save is undercover one of the nicest spots ever.
Well, yes,
it's
I know
nice.
that.
Culture in town, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anytime I see crab cakes anywhere other than Maryland, I'm usually like pass. But if Greg says that
Fair.
they're good because he used to
We'll
live in
test it.
Maryland, then they're good.
All right, we're
Fair.
They are damn good.
Yeah, I do the same thing with Texas barbecue and Cajun cooking. Like
Yeah,
I
I
refuse
can see
to
that.
order. It's gonna be shit, and I'm just gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. So, anyways, Hugh Jackman's back as I thought this was newsworthy. We had to talk about this because Hugh Jackman is my man crush. We have to talk about it.
That's a
But
good
Hugh
one.
Jackman's back as Wolverine in Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3.
It's crazy. It's good though.
Listen,
What?
if you haven't seen the Deadpool series, stop what you're doing. The next time you have,
After the show.
Movie night.
After the show.
it is one of the best series ever. I'm such a fan of Ryan
So
Reynolds.
hilarious.
He's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Quite
It
great.
is.
But anyways, I thought that was good. When's the film supposed to come out?
September
September 6th, 2024. So we got a long ways to wait.
Can
I
you
wanna see-
imagine? Because Deadpool is so politically incorrect, now when we have Wolverine in there being politically incorrect as well, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be like Cobra Kai on steroids. This is going to be good stuff. We need this. We need this in today's bubble wrap society.
He's 53, Hugh Jackman is.
And he's going to be jacked too. Watch. If
Yeah, I
Tom
know.
Cruise could do it, then Hugh Jackman can do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, CGI.
No, dude, so last time he what was it? Hugh Jackman was Wolverine and
Yeah.
oh shit.
It was just
Whatever. The last one he was in,
Yeah.
he talked about his diet consisted of brown rice and chicken for 6 weeks. That was it. Brown rice, chicken, 6
it
weeks.
showed though.
I was like,
Nice.
God damn.
Yeah.
I would be so sick of brown rice and chicken.
Bro.
Maybe not chicken because I love chicken, but brown rice because it's so dry.
It's good though, bro.
It is, but it's so dry, like nothing in it. Just brown rice.
But look at the
No
results,
butter.
man.
No nothing.
Okay. Are you entitled to have the best tasting rice every time you
100%.
like what is the goal, Brad? Is the goal to lose weight or is the goal to please your palate? Damn it. Like quit being,
Both.
quit being a little bitch.
No, but I had a
I want
friend-
to have my cake and eat it too.
I had a friend who quit.
Logan was the
Awesome.
last one, right?
Yeah.
I had a friend who quit drinking, smoking, womanizing. I mean, fucking everything.
That's
And
boring.
he looked great.
Me too.
Right up until he shot himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say the same thing, but my friend got brain cancer.
ah,
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Fuck,
but that's
dude.
not funny.
Oh, it is.
No.
He makes the joke all the time, so we can all make jokes about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's just kind of like why you guys can make gay jokes.
But I was like,
because
bro,
I'm there to back you up.
he's like, he says that all the time. He's like, isn't that some shit? I don't drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do none of that shit. And then I'm the one that gets brain cancer.
Yep.
I was like, yep.
Bro, life
Yep.
is like that.
I know, man.
Living in Guatemala, quite a few of my classmates were like, fuck, I ain't doing this. I'm not going out in public. Like,
Right.
really cautious with their lives.
Yeah.
Somehow they ended up gone before
Yep.
me, like young too.
It's crazy. It is
Yeah.
crazy.
I won't
Oh
tell you-
man.
That's why I don't like, I'll drink when I want to drink. I'll smoke cigars when I want to smoke cigars. Cause at the end of the day, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Whatever.
protect yourself from one thing, you'll get another. I mean,
Live life.
Right.
it's
I
not
don't know- I
bad
don't-
just to try to be safe and cautious, but just don't be surprised when something really weird creeps up and you're like, well, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
You get hit from the right,
Right.
Like, fuck.
I mean, now to be clear, I don't abuse any of that stuff. So there's a difference. And
There
everybody
is.
says, the cliche, everything in moderation. I'm like that to a T.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hey, there's a hell of a chat
Unless
going
you
on
go out
down
with
here.
Dante.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Dante will get you cigared up.
Yo,
But-
guys,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don Fron asked Tamp, what's better, KC barbecue or Texas barbecue? Now, no, hold on. I'm gonna give KC some props here. Since we asked, Texas brisket, you cannot beat. There is nowhere that beats
Great.
Texas brisket. It is king, period.
Agreed.
But KC, their burnt ends
Yes.
are
Oh,
to
yeah.
be reckoned
Yeah.
with. Jack Stacks, every time I go to KC, I try to find time to go to the original Jack Stacks downtown if I can, but I cannot get away from burnt ends. I even took my mom to Jack Stacks. Everything there is good, but the burnt ends you can't beat, brother. I will give you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually visited Don a year and a half ago, and he took first meal I had was burnt ends.
you have
Him
to.
and
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
did the
Oh,
burnt-
yeah.
that burnt ends
Oh.
was phenomenal.
And there's some other
Fuck.
places too. I'm going to jump in my phone and look for these pictures because right when I went to KC, I went and ate barbecue and then went with a bunch of guys to smoke cigars at some place downtown. It was badass. It's like Cuban bar.
Now I
And
got
we
to go
have-
fire up the smoker. Thanks, y'all, motherfucker.
Dude,
Dr. J said I
Unreal.
live in the South, in the South, North Carolina, and Oklahoma, and Central Texas is
Yep.
the best.
Dr.
Have you guys
J,
ever done,
no
been-
homo. Dr. J can smoke some meat. Boy, he is good for real. He's a pit master.
Yeah, I need to get on that
And
because
Dr. J's
I
in North
missed him.
Carolina now, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in North Carolina now, but he spent time in Texas. He spent time in Oklahoma. He's got his stripes. And Don Fron, I'm looking for the name of that barbecue place. I'm gonna
Jack
randomly
Stacks?
say it when I find it. No, it's a tiny hole in the wall place that is
Usually the best place.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good, and it's my fault I can't remember the name.
It's like the shop and save. When Greg first said, "Hey, bro, this is the best meats in town," I'm like, "Dude, it's a gas station."
Yeah, no shit.
But shit, you walk in there, it's like, "Whoa, what the hell is happening?"
Right.
here?"
Mhm.
Great wines. I'm telling you, that it's a great
Yeah.
surprise.
All right, so moving on. The Do Kwon saga
Oh
continues.
God, this just keeps getting weirder and here I just found it right here.
Today on
LG's.
on turns.
Yeah, Don LG's barbecue is super legit as well. That place in Kansas City, but
There you go, LG's.
this just keeps getting weirder, right? Like what the hell is going on? So I was talking to some people, and you guys even before we went live, and this Do Kwon saga, it's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be psychological ops, like some weird warfare, but the issue is that Do Kwon is not missing nor dead. So every single time these huge headlines come out, well, Luna's a Ponzi. No, it's not. It was a failed experiment. Well, Do Kwon's on the run. No, I'm not. We're cooperating with authorities.
And he's
Well,
the one answering, by
Yeah,
the way.
he's the one
Yeah.
responding
He's
to
the
all
one
these.
replying to
Yeah.
us.
Right. Like he's alive. He's responding to everything that gets thrown out. Well, then Interpol has, a red warrant for you. No, they don't. Now it's Do Kwon moved 3,300 Bitcoin worth $64 million right after the arrest warrant was announced. And he's like, no, I did it. Like, I do not know what is going on here. Right. I mean, like I said, if he was missing or dead and could not respond and they just wanted to paint a scapegoat, but it's like somehow people are sensationalizing what's going on in the crypto world because not a lot of people on a relative scale are aware of it. And I don't know if they're trying to paint Terra Luna and thus Do Kwon is the reason for like world economic collapse. But this thing just keeps getting weirder every single day. Just like Lord Fenrir said, like he's not surprised at anything anymore. I mean, but here's headline news. And he literally came out and said that TFL, the Terra Foundation Guard, nor Terraform Labs moved any Bitcoin. Nothing's moved in over a year. I don't know where this came from. Just like, apparently I'm not under arrest either. So I don't know if anybody wants to chime in on this, but this shit is weird. This is some This is some metaverse shit right here.
Like Downfront just said, it's what gets the clicks, though. I mean,
Exactly. That's the whole
Well, because-
problem of media today.
I'd like them to come out and say, here's my pinpoint location. Come get me.
You know, I was really hoping, and part of the reason I was watching the Cosmoverse in Brazil is I was just hoping Do Kwon would just take the stage, throw his middle fingers up, and then just leave or something like that. But it's wild. I don't even know what to say anymore.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that perhaps the reason why this is going on is because he pissed somebody off in government or somebody who has a lot of influence, and it's creating a lot of issues. Like this is just me putting my tinfoil hat on, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's what was going on, right? Like if
somebody who really lost their ass,
who is very influential, right? With either in politics or just whatever.
Or they're following the philosophy as never waste a crisis. So this is their
Right.
excuse to push regulation that's going to be highly restrictive to innovation coming out of this, or looking for someone to hang on behalf of everyone else.
I mean, I'll throw mine in there too, but mine is that people realized how close UST and its sister coin Luna was to truly not needing the banks and to not needing Western Union and all those types of services. I think they realized we can't, the path that it was on, you could not regulate UST and Luna and their on and off ramps and payment processors any more than you could PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, all that kind of stuff. See, seriously, Dr. J. It's an idiot, man. Dr. J, smoke a brisket. Get out of here.
Oh, Mr. Chin was across the street.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Like it's on those same payment rails. So if you take down Luna UST, legally, then you got to shut down PayPal. You got to shut down Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, and all the likes. And I think some big time bankers figured this out very quickly and said, "Listen, we got to shut this down." And shut it down. They did, but now they're trying to regulate the hell out of it so that something doesn't rise from the ashes in similar fashion.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Block that.
So it's overreach all over the place. But again, you're regulating this shit in the US like you control the world. So that's going to be my biggest thing is if you want to regulate cryptocurrency and the future of true generational transfer of wealth, if you want to regulate it right out of the US, then keep doing what you're doing and all the innovation will go overseas. I mean, we have a track record of doing that. I mean, look at the semiconductor project. That hauled ass once, you started regulating it. So if that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. But we got VPNs, bitches. I'm in Singapore too.
Right. Good shit there. It's the saga continues. We'll continue to follow that story. Tamp has been super passionate about that one, which I appreciate. All right, so moving on. Speaking of being passionate about shit, Tamp flipped out on this article already.
She never flips out. What do you mean? I love it.
But listen,
feeding the quarters, guys. Just feed me quarters.
It's not without warrant. So looking at this one, this is an article that came out this morning. I'm sorry, last night on from Rakesh Upadhyay.
And by the way, same people that posted the previous article about Do Kwon, which is Cointelegraph. So
yes,
it's the same group.
Same Cointelegraph. Oh, yeah, and Cointelegraph actually put that tweet out that Do Kwon retweeted.
Correct.
So starting to question the credibility of Cointelegraph at this point. You can see the 5 quote unquote altcoins that are here. We have Atom, Algo, CHZ, QNT.
What's the problem? What?
Bitch, there's only 4. That's why I flipped out. There's not 5. What the hell is going on with this article?
So by the way, anyone who's new to crypto, anyone who's new to crypto, Bitcoin is the grandpappy of them all. Is the number one that came out. Altcoin is the term used for everything except Bitcoin.
Yes.
Right.
So
it's not just a term. It's because Bitcoin is fundamentally
I thought it was
different.
alt to the change in my pocket. You're telling me that's different?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's correct.
See, you learn something every day on DCTV.
So go ahead, Temp. Please, I want to see.
Well, that's why I went on. It's not so much the list, although, of course, I have my opinions on the list as well that are good and bad. But it's the fact that he said these are 5 altcoins that will rise, and then he gave us 4. And I don't know whether or not to trust things that come from a guy who can't even count to 5 properly. Anyways,
says ETH is yellow. It's in the top right.
Yeah, look at the picture. He says ETH is yellow.
Up here?
there you go.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing.
Where?
Done.
There's the sun and the moon in the yellow
see.
part.
But you know
He
what?
isn't even on the list. Don is trolling right now.
Yeah, but-
And Don's going to be mad that Cardano's not on this list. That's the one thing this guy got right, because Cardano needs to be about number 500. Charles Hodgkinson is great. Okay. Let me know when you actually have a product up and running, because after one block, the whole thing will fail.
Or movement in
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
GitHub,
Literally every single altcoin, all 4 altcoins on this list have done more on their chains than Cardano has done ever. Cardano starts spinning up and everything just stops and bottlenecks.
So let's start with the first one that Tamp has a hard on for, and that is Cosmos.
I do. My eggplant
Huge
gets excited on
hard
this.
on.
Yeah.
Like
Can we
porn
have
star fucking
Anything
mega.
crypto-related. It's
We
hey,
need
have
a-
you guys checked out Cosmos?
Yeah.
And by the way, for
We
the record, everyone,
Yes, we have.
we're launching under Cosmos.
Yeah.
We're launching
we need
an organization thanks to Tamp.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
That is true.
need a Peter soundbite that says that it's got the explosion in Mapaji's soundbite that he's so famous for, because I would have you hit that every time we say Cosmos on my behalf. It's an explosion in the Pajis, guys.
But you got to follow it with
Yeah. It can get
Jesus
awkward. It's
Christ.
funnier when a guy
I
does
really
it.
wish I wasn't sharing my screen right now.
Yeah.
That face.
Timestamp.
God help your wife.
Oh yeah.
That's why she closes her eyes.
This is why I can't do these timestamps, damn it. It gets in the way of the conversation.
No, it doesn't. It's fucking perfect. All right, so get
They
into.
spell Pajis.
All right, so Adam's a good altcoin to get into. Yeah.
It is. It's a damn good one. Let's keep it simple. It's the native coin of the Cosmos ecosystem, and it is damn good. It is a value buy, in my opinion, under $12. We probably will see that when Bitcoin does fall. But damn, I mean, Jaime will talk about it a little more. Bitcoin's getting sticky. I mean, I do think we're going to get to the 17,000 region, 17.5. But I don't think it's necessarily guaranteed anymore that we fall out of that range. I thought so before going into September, but Bitcoin being as sticky as it was in September just has me thinking we'll go down a little more, but possibly not break the next leg down. But Jaime will get into that. But yes, Cosmos is a very.
But we'll know
Cosmos Atom.
more of that after Friday, right?
Yes, that's what Jaime will say. Weekly.
So, since you brought it up, Greg,
And monthly.
No.
Weekly and monthly.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's just finish Adam. Can we just stay on topic for once?
Yeah.
This morning.
Yes. The Atom is a native coin of Cosmos. There is a plethora of dApps and protocols being built on top of that, but Atom is a layer 0 coin, which is the fundamental guts of the blockchain. It's like what do you call the internet? Is HTTP, TCP? Like it's the actual
TCP/IP.
language the internet is built on, and that
So
is
it's
what Cosmos
communication
is, a layer 0.
it's the communication layer of a network. In other words,
Yes.
so it's the foundation, and dApps are the next layer laid on top of it. dApp is distributed application, so it's not a centralized one. It's one that's distributed on top of the network, so it has no centralization, which is, from our standpoint, corruptible.
Right.
Distributed is across the planet, so it has multiple layers built on it, but it's a layer 1, meaning it's a foundational communication protocol for the network.
And this is the weekly chart here on Atom as well. I don't know if you want to comment on that.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
that's Jaime.
Yes, so I brought that up last night doing the due diligence, and you can see we are coming slightly down. The next stop would be $9.17 more or less. And we should see a support bounce. And of course, we got to relate that to Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is at the time also. So I think an opportunity to buy is coming in also. If you want to get into this, of course, do your research, find out what layer 1 means and what they're building on top of it. So I'm with you. Please enter any of these at your own risk and do your research. We just share our own experience, but please do your research.
Right. And that's a great point too. I mean, we're sharing the article, even though this guy can't count to 4, because he did get some things right. And his list of 4 is not terrible. There's some that you can agree or disagree with, but I mean, his number 1 being, well, I guess it's number 1. I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2, but his number 1 altcoin being Atom. I don't know if he's just looking at charts or what. It's possible, because Atom as a chart is very strong right now, even though Don Franz said it looks like shit, but it's going to get a lot better. But in the crypto world, Atom has been growing despite everything else going down. So chart wise, in that regard, that might be only what he's looking at. But Atom fundamentally it's nice. I mean, I would love to hear some negatives about it, and they are there. But at the end of the day, a lot of people always ask, like, what's the next $1 billion idea? And typically your answer is like some kind of new chain or protocol that, that's coming out. But what that essentially does, and I tell Peter this all the time, like I'm like constantly in his ear about Atom, but usually the solution to what's the next $1 billion idea is a one chain to rule them all mentality. And I frankly do not think that is what's going to work at all. I'm very much more in communication, right? And not one thing to rule it all. So you look at things like, people tell you, well, if ETH isn't fast enough, try Solana. If Solana is not scalable enough, try Aptos. If Aptos is not usable enough, then, you can try rollups. And if rollups are not self-sovereign enough, then try Cosmos. And Cosmos always ends up at the end. So I think the real $1 billion question then becomes, what is the solution to tie all of the things that I just said together? And the answer is IBC, which is a communication protocol on the Cosmos ecosystem. So if you can tie all of that together, that is your $1 billion answer. And Cosmos is the one that is doing that right now. It's deployed on over 50 chains right now, with projections all the way up to 1,000 chains by the end of next year and 5,000 chains by like the end of 24, 25. So it is there. And the reason being is because it is so simple. It's amazingly simple. Thus, it is secure. It is easy to plug in. It is easy to communicate.
And for full transparency, that's why we're launching a node as an organization ourselves in full transparency, because of this research and due diligence. And we're in the process of doing so.
Which we already.
Yeah, it's simply because I will not shut the fuck up. So just give her the node.
I know that's why you were saying it.
Yeah, it's like
but somebody was half listening because
we got it
because we said it at the front of this. So no, I'm just teasing.
No, I really do think Peter's decision to spin up a node, as he just said, was just to shut me up.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's telling the truth. We internally agreed to shut you up.
In 4 hours, we need to take care of this.
That's one
like
thing.
You can't talk to Tamp without her bringing up Cosmos. What the fuck? It's like, can we just get the node and maybe she could just move on?
Hopefully the next list, the rest of this list won't take as long.
Yeah, but, it won't.
Algo is the next one.
Algorand. It's a good coin. There's nothing wrong with Algorand. It is trying to be its own blockchain. I like this project. I think it's kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it tier 2, but I think it does run side by side. I think it's got a good team behind it that they are making progress, unlike Cardano. So that's always a plus. So I think Algorand is something to look into more if you like the price action of that versus some of the other coins. Next.
All right. Next one is
that's 2 guys.
Is it Chiliz?
Yeah, it's Chili's. So this, like, I've actually heard quite a lot about it.
Baby back rib chili?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But it's got a lot of hype behind it, kind of like crypto.com did all of a sudden when they're getting Matt Damon and all this other stuff. I don't know if it's just the names behind it that is giving it attention or if the actual protocol is legit. It is an Ethereum based protocol. So my issue with this, and we'll see what happens with rollups since, Ethereum has moved to proof of stake now and they can do different types of rollups and off chain stuff now. But my issue with this, if they are trying to get, it's a sports betting platform basically where fans can tokenize their favorite sports team and then use those tokens to make transactions in the sports world. I'm sure they're going to be getting into sports betting and those sort of things. But my issue with these, and I don't know the solution, so full transparency there, is you're talking about a shit ton of users. I mean, a lot. And typically that is a huge problem in the Ethereum network. The more congestion that you have with whatever it is you're launching, the slower and more expensive Ethereum gets. So something like this sort of coin with a huge number of users on the Ethereum blockchain, we'll just see because it's failed time and time again. And I'm not really sure how this one might be different.
I will say the chart looks very interesting, and I'm sure Jaime could probably
a double top.
Yeah, double top. Well, I'm also looking at a cup and handle here. This looks to me like actually a bullish cup and handle as well. So double top could mean that this is actually going to turn back around, but you can kind of see where this would look like a nice little cup and handle as well.
Time will tell.
They will.
And again, they are doing a good job of pushing their, I don't know if it's just straight marketing or, just the reach that they have right now. Is there something under the coin that is truly valuable? I don't know, but I do know that I have noticed it. People have asked me about it. But it being on the Ethereum blockchain is like kind of turns me off right from the get-go, but that doesn't mean that it's not legit. I just need to do more research on it.
Me too. I haven't done.
Yeah, and I agree with Lord Finrear on that. It's a gravy boat, not a cup and
no.
handle. That's what the South. Yeah, and this, if you trade in the South, that's a gravy boat.
That's a very famous pattern in the OTC community. Whenever we look at certain patterns, gravy boat has come up many a time. We've had a couple other ones. There's a high heel pattern as well.
Nice. That one, that red bottoms.
Yeah. Quant is the next one here.
Yeah, never heard of it. Quant is also an Ethereum coin. But my thing with Quant is that it apparently it is a non-custodial network. So it's a payment processor. They've supposedly teamed up with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, which makes no sense to me. So I have my doubts about that. Maybe they've spoken to the developers in those teams. Okay, fair, but please don't put those three coins in a basket and tell me we're all getting along, because that is impossible. But that aside, it's a non-custodial coin, which means that this blockchain never holds your coins. Nothing wrong with that at all. There's lots of things that are great from coins that are non-custodial, but you just have to really, really trust the team, trust the security, make sure there's multi-sig wallets everywhere, because at any time, because if you don't have the keys, it is not your cheese. So don't tell me you have X number of quaint, because you might have access to that now, but they are not your coins. So this is something I need to look at as well. But shit, there's over 10,000 altcoins. You can't dive into all of them.
20,000.
Yeah, there's a lot. So this is just one of those ones I don't know a lot about.
They must die.
That's your list of that's your list of 4 altcoins and Bitcoin.
4. Yes. Bitcoin
So,
is fundamentally different. That is why it is Bitcoin, and everything else is altcoins.
All right, guys. So for the record, it's Rakesh Upadhyay.
Yeah.
Is that how
Blow him up and let him know he can't count.
Yes, bro. Altcoins. It's like saying we have 21 fingers, bro.
That last one is not a finger, bitch.
It's like, bro, come on. It's not a finger.
Well, it looks like a thumb. Well, I'm sorry for you, but it's not a finger.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, Rakesh, do better.
Do
He's right.
better, bro. Do better. All right. So next topic up for discussion, we're going to get to in just a bit. It's about Russia and the Nord Stream pipeline and how that affects everything, including crypto, as well as your traditional investments in just a second. But before we get into any of that, guys, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell as we go live every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. Looking at I'm sorry. And also go ahead and check out the link in the chat as well. Come check us out on Discord. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just come hang out.
Yes. Become anything.
Become a part of the conversation.
You're not squelched. You're not held back. There are no dumb questions. Guys, it's a co-building.
Unless your name is Rakesh.
Yeah. Well, Rakesh, if you can take a little roasting, fuck, welcome
He's
aboard.
welcome to welcome to the club, bitch.
100%. All right. So yeah, getting onto this topic. This is actually pretty crazy shit. Nord Stream pipeline hit the suspicious leaks and possible sabotage. This is according to Germany. The Germans say that there has been some tampering and that they think that the Nord Stream pipeline was actually attacked. This is at first noticed by the Dutch, and they said, "Hey, what's this shit going on here in the middle of the ocean?" And that is the Nord Stream pipeline leaking, and it is obviously not good. More of a bigger issue, not necessarily geopolitically, because we know that that's the big elephant in the room. But to me, I think, in my opinion, this has a lot to do with what you could or should be doing. Not going to tell you exactly what you need to do, obviously, because none of us are financial professionals in finance. But we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. And in my opinion, I still think, as I've been talking about on this channel, as well as on the Chaos, owning energy stocks is going to make you rich.
Yeah.
And I think that this is just another reason as to why.
Dalio, God damn it, his
Ray Dalio.
Real quick, while Jaime figures that out, this is natural gas leaking, right? Or is this oil?
Yeah, natural
This
gas.
is natural gas.
And 90% of Germany's natural gas came from the Nord Stream pipeline. They've done things to rectify some of that because they kind of saw the writing on the wall, but it's still a heavy amount of their natural gas comes from this Nord Stream pipeline. So obviously this is going to create some big problems. They have plenty.
Remember,
The
do you
pipeline
remember when
was already shut down?
Correct, but they had already had plenty to they had plenty of gas saved up in their reserves or what have you. But they don't have enough, I don't think, to get them past this coming summer.
Remember when Trump tried to tell Germany that they relied way too much on Russian natural gas, and he literally got laughed at?
That was just the obvious thing, right? Like, and
what the hell?
For them to laugh at him like that. And I said this. I've been on camera to say this too. Like, I don't care if it's fucking Canada. Yeah. I'm not relying on all Canada to provide me with all my natural resources. Get the hell out of here with that.
It relies on, it's anything. A single point of failure at any point in your life, on any topic in your life, is a problem. You need to look at that and have plans in place, because a single point of failure for anything is a problem.
Yes. And
that's literally planning to fail.
Right.
And with this war and this whole shutdown of the pipeline, Europe is already, in winter's coming inevitably, and we're at the edge of it. We're feeling up here in North Carolina and north of here. You can only imagine what's going on in Europe. They're already lying down on the ground. This explosion or this event is like kicking you in the nuts while you're down. I mean, it's like securing. So the big question is, okay, who wins with this act? Or who gets an excuse to do something with this act that's not kosher to do? So it reeks of a lot of conspiracy, without a doubt. So
many people that could benefit from this. Like, that's why no one knows where it really came from. Did Russia do it? Did the US do it? Who did it? You know?
Yes. And you could see all the sleuths, even in the article, pinpointing, okay, US government ships in that area are these, and these. And
well, the timing is quite convenient for this to just have coincidentally and naturally occurred. You know?
There's no goddamn way this was a coincidence.
There's no way. I agree. No, there's no way. This is not intentional.
But to get back to how this affects you, the individual, yes, I still think that owning energy stocks in general going to make you a lot of money. I think Pioneer Natural Resources, I've talked about this on my channel. Pioneer Natural Resources, they deal with oil and gas. The U.S. is the largest exporter of those natural resources. They also have the highest dividend yield in the S&P 500. I mean, look, if you don't want to do any more research, just do the minimal amount of research. Buy yourself some Exxon, and I think you'll be fine. I mean, literally, and they have a pretty decent dividend yield as well. So they'll pay you a decent amount of money to
and regrettably
to own their stock.
Here's the fact that is actually happening is it's already shooting up energy costs in Europe. Like, regrettably, the common citizen like us out there is the one that's actually going to pay for all this occurring.
So you might as well hedge it by owning energy stocks.
That's it. I mean, literally,
Seriously.
absolutely. It's sad, but that's how you have to look at this. Is the fact of the matter is the profits are just going to skyrocket for that industry.
Let's put it this way. Crude oil, WTI crude, dropped almost 50% from its highs of around $130 a barrel, came down to the low 70s, and now is creeping back up, about ready to pop up over $80 a barrel. Companies like Pioneer Natural Resources, Exxon, Chevron, Marathon, they're all making money after $30 to $35 a barrel. So this whole entire time, they've been making a shit ton of money. And they give 80% of that back to you in dividends. So as long as the price stays up here, and it's probably going to go higher, that's why I say that I remain bullish on gas, on oil.
Yes, and that's one of the industries we were speaking of yesterday on where do you put your investments or what are you looking at? Well, look at what the big
Pricing power.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And consumables like Walmart, Target, etc. Kroger.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of pricing power, I wanted to move on to this one that Greg had brought up. Not this one. Just kidding. This one.
That one we can talk about tomorrow.
That Greg had brought up about mortgage rates, and actually this number is even higher. This is on August 22nd, mortgage rates at 6.62%. As of yesterday, they'd hit 7. We're seeing a pretty decent drop in can't get past the paywall, but we've seen a pretty decent drop in housing prices, and this has happened for the first time in over a decade.
So the article
no one can
basically
afford
claims.
Can you let Greg talk?
Sorry. God dang. Sorry.
Christ,
Just
fuck
keep
you,
feeding me
man.
quarters.
Are you taking Adderall?
Not today.
Use your own fucking product.
Anyways,
The gist of the article is they're expecting around a 10% drop in home prices by August of next year, due to the mortgage rates. So I think it could be a little higher than that, honestly.
Yes. And my wife is a realtor also down front, same. And we just got news through one of her very close friends that an entire division, I won't mention the company, just fired their entire mortgage division because mortgages are not coming through as expected. So it's a sign of what's coming. Literally.
Yeah. I mean, and this is why we've gotten into the debate, about renting versus buying. I think that at least in the short term, renting may not be the worst decision until all this shit gets itself sorted out.
Right.
Like if you're somebody who's trying to find a place to live, even though renting is high, it is one of those things where it may just benefit you to just kind of sit and wait, or if you have the option of not renting or just staying at home with your folks or whatever, I just don't know if it makes sense, at least in this point in time, as we're seeing housing price. Because the last thing you want to do is get yourself caught into, and maybe this is just me that has PTSD living through the great financial crisis, is like nobody wants to be upside down in their house for another decade.
Correct. And it is a long-term investment. So if you do decide to go rent or stay at parents or come together as with your
live like
friends and buddies.
refugees.
Yes.
We know all about that.
Yeah. Moving in with you,
Yes,
Jaime.
we do.
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, but this isn't just about rates either.
Right.
Go ahead, Jaime.
Oh, no, I'll just complete this. Is please, for the love of God, save.
Yeah.
So you can do a down payment. So you can buy when this market hits that bottom in terms of prices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just about rates. I mean, on these crazy house pricing run-ups, I watched when I was living basically next door to Austin, I watched all these people buy these houses, 30, 40, 50 plus $1,000 over asking price, sight unseen. You know, they were in California or other states, didn't even look at these houses, and they're way overpaying for these houses. Now, what do you think happens when those buyers, which were plentiful, all of a sudden start getting these massive bills for a place they've never even seen? They stop and they're like, dang, this isn't going to work like I thought, or we're not going to move anymore, or I can't rent this out anymore and actually not take a loss. They're just going to mail the keys to the mortgage company now. So it's not just about rates. It's about this huge flood of just bad lending once again that's about to hit the market as well. And now houses that sold for exorbitant prices during the housing market run up are going to hit the market once again, you know, be it 24 months, 30 months after the last purchase.
So you think we're in for another 2008?
Not necessarily.
No.
And I've talked to Don about this. Yeah. And Don's right, where, you know, he essentially said that was just bad mortgage lending, right? Where you could make no money and get a $500,000 mortgage without even trying. This one is going to be more people who are overzealous, overbought, maybe bought houses and whatnot, thinking, you know, either they didn't need them or they thought that they could do something else with them. But when they start getting these bills and start realizing, man, I'm not going to get back out what I put in and overpaid for, they're just going to just give the house right back to the bank. So you're going to see those houses hit the market again a year later in foreclosure mode.
Yeah. And usually they gut the shit out of that house too.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah, tear it up and everything.
Yeah.
mhm.
We witnessed that in Texas. So,
I'm sure you did. Yeah, it was everywhere.
Yeah, it was crazy in Austin. I mean, it's not the only place. It's just what I had privy to, and that you could not touch real estate in Austin in over the last 2 years. Really, it was nuts.
My parents, my dad, and my stepmom went through that. My dad was retiring. They wanted to move to Alabama. They went through like 7 or 8 different houses that they bid on, and, you know, got outbid, and they ended up buying one sight unseen. Right? They did a FaceTime walkthrough with the realtor. Wow. And I can tell you they paid $100,000 more for that house than what it's worth. Yep. Period. Stop.
Kim, we were shopping in Dallas and showed up at just because it was in the right location. Damn, $150,000 above asking is what it closed for. Yeah. And it had broken plumbing, and they denied inspection. You can't inspect.
Yeah.
As is,
baby. And they were,
and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, let me go ahead and sign it."
Yeah. As is purchase on a house. Like, come on, unless you're buying something that is clearly dilapidated that you plan on renovating and putting money into, what the hell are you thinking? FOMO is real. That's why it doesn't just apply to stocks, crypto, or anything else. Like, chill out. I mean, take a breath, because that is unsustainable.
And like in stocks, when you see that, that's when you should be selling, guys, not buying. So, and now save up. Let's move to mom's house or come over here and stay with me a little bit.
Do you think we see any problems for like Open Door or any of those that were really sucking up, the institutional guys sucking up the houses?
So one of the houses I sold with my wife in Dallas actually was through Open Door. And it's still not even rented out to this day. So I believe they are kind of falling into the same path as Zillow went through with their problems.
Yeah.
Don says Austin and Idaho got a huge influence. Why Idaho?
I don't know. Why are you a hoe?
You know what, though? Apparently, Idaho and Iowa, both those I states, are apparently diamonds in a rough. If you can handle not being near a coastline and you're, you know, pretty much landlocked, they're apparently really badass spots. Like Dubuque, Iowa, supposedly is super badass. And I've heard one of my buddies just moved to Idaho.
You're not landlocked. You have the Mississippi River.
Yeah, that's true. But one of my buddies just moved to Idaho, and he moved there from Southern Louisiana, and he could not be happier. He loves it. And I'm like, all right, potatoes, go ahead with your blue football field for your college team. That's cool, you know, but you just wouldn't think it. So I'm glad Don said that, though, because supposedly they're great.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that Idaho is like beautiful, but
it is.
Wyoming, that whole region upwards is just stunning.
But to live there, I don't know.
That's what I said.
Like,
I moved to Idaho. I was like, why?
What is in Idaho?
He's like, I love it. There's seasons. It's not as humid. Like, okay, but you just left like the food capital of the world. But all right.
The French fry capital of the world. Dante's thing is, though, buying for that sets new comps, which is where they'll get value from the banks and appraise on that, makes coming down a little more stubborn. Agreed, but we can't deny the fact that they're coming down right now.
Yes, absolutely.
If you bought a house last month, it's now worth less than it was now. It's now worth less now than it was when you bought it a month ago.
Yep.
In certain areas, I'm sure. Probably not everywhere, but
yeah,
there is that risk now.
I'm
that if you
curious.
buy
I'll
a
check
house.
on that. Here, I'll take a peek at the house I sold and see where it's at.
While you're looking at that,
we don't want to see you cry online.
No, I sold it. I sold it, and I know what they bought it for. I know what the fair market value was, and they paid about $100,000 above asking.
Good for you.
Jaime, don't let Jaime fool you. His ass got property everywhere, literally worldwide. The reason he knew so much about that Bitcoin lake and where was it?
Atitlan.
Yeah, sucker got
because
property
he owns
there.
the fucking lake.
Yeah, he doesn't own the lake, but he's got property there. This guy has got properties everywhere. Every time I go somewhere, Jaime, do you have a house there? I need to stay somewhere.
Now, a safe house or a stick? No.
Yeah, both. Those two.
Yeah, right.
See, Jaime and Don Fran need to have like a real estate, not debate, but like just collab. I want to hear the two of them just, rap about real estate and housing, what you should do, where you should be.
Well, then
why
we need to bring
this.
Kim on.
Oh man, Kim can moderate it. It would be awesome.
Yeah,
it would be good.
What?
The house I sold.
You should have made 200,000 on,
bro.
Don't get greedy, Jaime.
No. It just sold.
Yeah.
In February of this year.
Okay.
So, for the record, everyone, this house appraised at 325. They offered us 330, and we sold it at 330 November last year. It just sold
again.
It's for 496.
Jesus
Christ! Whoa!
Oh my God!
Hell!
That's Dallas, right?
Yes.
Dallas is.
Oh
Dallas is
my God!
Dallas is crazy.
Single story, 3-bedroom.
God damn! And you sold it for 325 or 330?
No, 430.
430. Oh, I thought you said. Didn't you say?
Yeah,
you said 330.
So fair market value. The
it was 330. They bought it for 430.
Yes.
Okay.
And they just.
But still, that's crazy. That's another.
Which is crazy in and of itself, because if it appraised for 330, that basically means that they had to bring 100,000 cash to the table to make up the difference. The bank's not going to lend them 430 on a 330,000 appraised house.
So it was a corporate investment.
Oh, it was open door.
It was open door. They bought it themselves.
Damn.
Wow. And then
that's what BlackRock's sitting on now.
Oh
yes.
No, BlackRock, Zillow.
Yes.
Yeah,
all of them are doing this.
Yes.
And they're apparently not selling anything. I know Zillow sold some stuff. Like there was, if you search Zillow houses and it was owned by Zillow, apparently you could offer just about anything and they would take it.
Oh,
I don't know if
they got fucked big time.
Yeah.
I don't know if BlackRock's in the same boat.
It's about a year ago that stock just absolutely crashed because of all that was going on. It took a significant loss.
And now
BlackRock though is going to just hold on to that shit. They'll find a way to write it off as a loss or something, but they're not going to take the PR hit of them making a bad investment decision. They're not going to take that hit.
Yeah, and mind you, the house sold right before the rates started skyrocketing in February of this year. So whoever just bought it is the one that just took it
in the ass. God damn.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's crazy. Well, with that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe, that notification bell to join us back here again. Make sure you also hit that link in the why am I having such a hard time to hit
buy Bitcoin and hodl?
No. Hit the link in the chat as well. Come join us over at Discord. It's absolutely free to come hang out if you want to see more DCTV, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Until then,
boom, baby.
Huddle, carry on.
Let's go.
Let's build.
Dab, Jaime, do it.
Keep calm and huddle on.